Good morning. I'm Wanda Ott with Next Home 245, and we have Jenny Ensminger with us again today. And we have a friend of Jenny's, Melissa, who is the homeschool mom, and we're going to be talking to her in just a minute about maybe some homeschooling tips and what she does and how maybe she can give a little bit of advice to you moms who are now thrown into that role, not by choice, but because of the pandemic. I first of all want to give you a little market update like I do every week. This past 7 days in there are five, Amherst, Appomattox, Lynchburg, Bedford County, Campbell County, residential listings. We've had 72 new listings, which is the highest that we've had so far during our pandemic. 15 of those new listings went under contract within 5 days, which is pretty awesome. We also had 76 homes go under contract last week, which is awesome. That means people are still getting pre-approved. They're out looking at houses, whether virtually or in person, and getting their houses under contract. So congratulations to you folks. We also had 67 properties close last week. Again, we're keeping that, it's been right around that number every week. So we're glad we're still able to get these properties to the closing table. All right, now we're going to talk to Melissa a little bit, who homeschools her children. Melissa, how old are your children?
My children are in that beautiful window where they're all perfectly spaced out for 2 months. They're 10, 8, 6, and 4.
Oh, wow. So you really have them going on there. Now, does your 4-year-old participate in the homeschooling?
She was actually going to preschool. With my third born, we made the choice to send them to preschool so I could focus on the older kids.
Gotcha. Okay.
But
So now
we're
you
doing
have
it
them all at home with you. Tell us what a typical day looks like for you pre-pandemic. Let's talk about that. What's a typical homeschooling day look like for you?
Sure. Well, we have what we call morning time, and that is where I do my non-negotiables, right? So math, grammar, those things that they have to learn regardless. And then I move into more directed learning. So then they will read stories, and whatever they process, they're acting out, they're playing, they're building Lego creations, whatever that looks like for them. I have found that when you let them run with whatever little nugget of information sparks something inside, that's when they learn so much better than me making them memorize.
Right. Right. Now, has anything changed for you because of the pandemic in regards to your homeschooling?
So much, so much. So we were part of a wild and free group that has not been able to get together since this. We relied very heavily on the library, and so they're not lending books anymore. So much has changed for us, but Givens is still open, and so they're still selling books, which has been nice. Of course, Amazon and all the online retailers as well. So it has changed, but it's still possible.
Gotcha. Now, Jenny, on the other hand, she's a working mom. She's been used to going to the office every day. She works in the office and she's a realtor as well, so her schedule could be very flexible. And now she's home. Jenny, how old are your children?
My son is 11 and my daughter just turned 9.
Okay, so now she's home with a 9-year-old and 11-year-old, and she still has to work at home and now do the schooling as well. How's it going for you, Jenny?
So luckily, because of their ages, honestly, they're pretty independent sometimes with their schooling. So really, it's me that I've set up their schedules, and they're printed out, they're laminated. My daughter has one, my son has one, and it goes through what they're supposed to be doing at what time. My daughter's 2 teachers will have a Zoom meeting every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 and 10, she has those meetings. My son's teachers will email him more things to do, like they'll email him videos, and they do include me in that, so I can make sure that, like, his history teacher will always send me the lesson for the day. So I send that to him so that he can watch it on his laptop. And I tried to make his day as similar to what his normal school day would have been. So like the order of what his classes would be is kind of what he does in the morning. But honestly, they're killing it. It's not it's not so much me. I feel bad about that, honestly, a lot of the times, because I do see a lot of parents that are much more active in that role. So I kind of feel like my kids aren't getting as much as they could because I'm like I am now. I'm stuck in my bedroom. That is now my office. Because
Hey, we all dream of the independent learners. You're killing it. You're doing amazing.
I appreciate
But
that.
it sounds like in both cases, whether you're homeschooling or you're doing this, that structure is important. To give them certain times we're going to do this, and certain times, I think, in my opinion, I mean, it's been a long time. My kids are all raised, and now I have grandkids. But to me, structure is very important when it comes to younger children, and having them learn and having a schedule. Do you all find that is true still?
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I'll speak I just have elementary age learners, but I definitely think a daily rhythm is so important. Children thrive on knowing what's happening.
Yeah.
So in general, when they can anticipate, they fall in line a little better.
Yeah.
All right,
Absolutely.
one more thing I want to ask both of you. I know there's got to be times when you're homeschooling, or Jenny, when you're trying to get things done, you've got to reach probably a limit of frustration. You're like, we need a break. And it used to be, oh, we can leave and we can go, like you said, to the library, we can go to the park, we can go grab something at McDonald's. We don't have those options anymore. So what do you guys do to relieve that frustration and give everybody a break?
Melissa, you want to take it first?
Sure. So I just send them outside, to be honest.
This is a great time. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we are blessed to have a yard. I know not everyone does, but if they can run some energy out, it's amazing how it clears their heads. Really, just like any person, get outside for a little bit, hear some birds. It'll do wonders for your mood.
Right. Jenny, how about you?
100%. That's actually in their schedule, is time to play inside, and I have on the reverse of their schedules like ideas for them to pick something to do, whether it be origami or researching something that interests them, or reading a book or something like that. And then it has ideas for outside, so they have set times to play inside and then play outside. And then I always try to have at least an hour, usually it's 2 to 3, where I don't do anything for work. I have my phone outside in case of an emergency, but we all go outside together and we play, or I'm swinging and watching them play if I'm, being lazy. But but yeah, so that's something and that actually just started the past couple weeks. So that's not how I originally started doing all of this. But then I was stuck in here too much, and they were kind of missing me and feeling like, I'm home, but I wasn't really present. So,
Right.
So that's why the last couple weeks I started doing where, all right, mommy is not working from this time. It's you time, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just want to say this is a great time for us to do this thing about working moms, working from home and homeschooling your children, because it's Mother's Day week. So I want to thank both of you and congratulate both of you for doing such an awesome job. And you both look lovely and like you're still sane, and you have a positive, smiling attitude, which I think is amazing. I think it's important because I think the kids can sense when we're frustrated. So I think it's really important to stay as positive as we can. So happy Mother's Day to both of you. I hope you both continue to do a great job with your homeschooling and working while you do it. And I appreciate both of you joining us today. So you all have a happy Mother's Day this weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.